Yo, what's going on, guys? It's me, the Ninja Viewer here. Time for another exciting review of the One Piece Greatness episode 857 review. Monkey D. Luffy right here. Here we go. So this week's episode of One Piece. Let's just get to the main. Well, these are the main priorities when it comes to the episode itself. First of all, we have my man, Mr. Charlotte Katakuri, aka Charles Barkley, Mr. Slam Jam. Alright, this dude. Alright, yo! Here we go. We have the Peerless Galactic Donuts versus against Luffy. And Luffy finally, in a little Rayleigh obviously the Rayleigh flashback, we kind of seen pretty much most of that stuff beforehand. I mean, I don't know if they did that in the manga, though. I don't think they did, no. Did they do that in the manga? I don't know if they did that in the manga. I don't think they did. I think we just basically had the fight going on, and then Katakuri, still, mad impressive. Yeah, granted, he did get hit by that gear forward, but that doesn't mean he was, down for the count, obviously. Unlike how, Flamingo was easily kind of, a little bit more weakened, Katakuri not really. So when it comes to that, Luffy says, look, I figured out how you're able to actually predict the so-called future, and how you're able to read my every thought. You're just pretty much compressing your observation, your conqueror's hockey, whatever, or Kenbushinal hockey, to a way where you're able to fully concentrate, in a full concentrated mode, to predict the movements of where you're about to go, which is why he was able to somehow read the future, which, makes sense on why Katakuri was able to do that, why he was able to pretty much predict most of Luffy's movements. I'm thinking, wait a minute, can't, Luffy or anybody else with that kind of hockey sort of do that regardless, though? Because we've seen that sort of same kind of, level when it comes to Eneru, when it comes to, the Snake People, and so forth and so forth. We seen that done before, obviously. We seen that. We even see, Rayleigh show, especially, for example, the flashback. So it's I'm thinking, if you gotta go that advanced, so that means your hockey will truly bloom in the heart of battle. So meaning that is when you're finally gonna be able to be okay, you know what, I could read your opponent's movements. Be okay, you're gonna go for the left, block you on the left. You're gonna go for the right, go for the right. So that's basically what it is to actually predict and read the future. Obviously, see into about a few seconds into the future. So that's pretty much what it is. He's compressing it where he has a lot of focus and a lot of concentration, where his mind is already set, and when it glows red, that means it's oh shit, he's already predicted what kind of move Luffy's gonna do. So that's basically what we got, and that was actually pretty cool that we actually got to notice. You're gonna, of course, Luffy, Katakuri still going in. Animation, was still pretty good. I mean, pretty damn solid. I mean, yeah, we got some really awesome shots. There were some shots that could have been, a lot better, but regardless, though, seeing Luffy and, Katakuri battle, the first, 10 minutes, or not 10 minutes, but maybe, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, maybe the first 8 to 9, well, mainly 8 to 9 minutes, because of course we have the opening, then it was around closer to 3 minutes and something seconds for the actual episode, I think, or was it 4? I think it was 3, or in the 4-minute mark, something like that, is where the episode finally started. So maybe the first 8 minutes the most, or 9 or 10 minutes, but we had that first half, and that first half was very satisfyingly awesome. We actually got to see more of Luffy versus Katakuri with those galactic donuts that keep pushing through, and that was actually pretty cool because it was able to make multiple fucking it was nasty, and I love Katakuri for that reason, man. Katakuri is a beast, and that's why I love Charlotte Katakuri. This man is amazing. We actually get to see hockey on a whole different level of degree, and why, I said, Luffy still has his ways to go. Just saying, speaking the truth. So next thing we know, we cut to the next part of the episode, where it's Sanji and Chiffon. Now Luffy, Pudding, and Chiffon, they're still in the factory, in that part of the kitchen, still trying to pretty much make the cake. I mean, the cake process looks like it's almost just about to be done, where Sanji's going to be adding some kind of, because in the next episode preview, it's something about some kind of secret ingredient thing he's going to add to some of the, part of the, I guess, part of the stuff of the cream, or some kind of something he's going to add to it. I won't really say what it is, because obviously that's kind of spoilers territory, so I won't really go into that. But anyways, pretty much he said, because also, what I forgot to do is, meanwhile, you know, outside of that, we have Pound. Yeah, Pound, like, basically reviewing that. Well, obviously we already knew this, but Pound knows that her, from the last time that we saw him, where he was like in the little river thing in the, whatever, in the sea somewhere, obviously. He was in the sea doing the midst of stuff, and then, of course, where he saw Chiffon, he was like, oh shit, that's where Chiffon is. And then, you know, he's going after Chiffon, basically like, oh look, my daughter's in there, like, I have to see her, because I have to tell her something. I haven't seen her, as, you know, ever since, you know, she was a baby. She was a twin, of course, next with Lola, so that's the reason why, you know, he hasn't seen them in a while. And then, of course, because it says that, look, no one is to disturb, you know, Pudding and Sanji, no one's able to disturb him whatsoever. So that's also the reason why too. Is like, yo, like, obviously, like, you know, stop making a ruckus. And everyone's all freaking out, like all the citizens are freaking out. And of course, we have Oven, Lord Oven, coming in there. The man, top 3, the walk of the top 3. This dude comes in there strong. He's like, yo, Pound, what the hell are you doing? And Pound's like, oh, well, I want to go see. It's like, no, bullshit, dude. You gotta bounce, because I even got orders not to disturb him either. No, if it's from my sister, it is what it is. You know, it's my family, so I gotta respect that. Respect it. Gotta respect that shit. So, honestly, but Pound's like, I don't care, because, you know, you are my stepson, but either way, it's just not gonna roll that way, because I want to see my daughter. And maybe potentially not my daughters. But then Pound's like, no, and then, of course, Pound just, like, fucking just beat the living shit out of Pound. I mean, not Pound. Oven beating the living shit out of Pound. And then basically we have the other scene where, you know, we have the other scene going down. And then, of course, even after the commercial break, we still had the awesomeness with Luffy versus Katakuri. So that was actually pretty cool. And then right after that, we had Sanji pretty much saying at the very end of the episode, like, look, I guarantee you Luffy is going to be the one to defeat, KATAKURI'S. Like, even though Katakuri has never lost a fight, I believe today is the day this will be his first loss. Now, a lot of folks, I remember back when this came out in the manga, a lot of people were like, ah, man, come on, like, Luffy should not be, I mean, granted, we get it, he's the main character, but, I mean, compared to what I read first, like, in the manga, I don't mind it now, because now I realize that, you know, even though he's the main character, it makes sense that there's a way where that level of hockey is going to get a lot stronger, where he's going to fight someone that's incredibly powerful, all 100% power of, like, whatever bounty they got. So it makes sense on why Luffy, you know, will be able to, because he's not going to give up, obviously, even though he's, you know, he's going to be dragging on his feet. He don't give a shit. He's the kind of guy who's going to get stuff done. I mean, granted, I mean, at least it wasn't complete bullshit, like, okay, never mind. I'm not going to spoil, like, the way it ended, but a lot of folks were very mixed on the very end of this fight, which we should be getting to maybe sometime soon. But what I heard someone say, like, during, like, some kind of Japanese expo that's going to happen later. From what I read, there's supposed to be, the end of the fight should be around, sometime during the end of the year, is where the fight is actually going to end. So that's going to be crazy at how much content they're actually going to cover for this. So I'm really excited, very intrigued to see where they're going to go with this. So let's continue on from that, though. So then at the very end of the episode, we see Luffy once again going Gear 4. He figures, look, the only way I could be able to beat you, or at least not beat you, but at least find a way to break your balance, for you to use to get as much concentration or focus on your armor, your convolutional hockey as possible, is if I go Gear 4. But it looks like even Gear 4 is even having that struggle as well. Because then Katakuri's like, that makes sense on why we're able to beat Brother Cracker for that reason, was because of the immense hockey that you maintain over Gear 4. However, though, with my level of hockey, it's still not going to be enough for you to beat me, obviously. So, that's the thing. Now, we just got to see how this rolls down. I already know how this rolls down, because I read the manga. But that's basically what we really got from this fight. So, overall, when it comes to this episode of One Piece overall, it was just, oh my god. He's beastly as hell. Luffy vs. Katakuri, still going very strong. Granted, like I said, there were some scenes that could have been a little bit animated. But, oh wait, I forgot. I forgot there was a scene where Brule 2, where she was basically telling, like, she was telling Pudding and about, like, what's going down, and obviously she doesn't know anything about what's happened with the Straw Hats. She thinks like, it's whatever, I'm just with Sanji, I don't give a shit about the Straw Hats and stuff like that. And that's why I said like Sanji knew about it, and that's why I said like, look, this will be his first loss, etc, etc. So yeah. So anyways, when it comes to this episode overall, it was awesome. It was another quality episode because we had the fight going on still, and we had that little moment with Pound. That was actually pretty. That was fine as well. I didn't mind that because I really feel bad for the guy because all he wants to do is tell his daughter a message, but it sucks because, you know, Oven's being an asshole. But it makes sense on why though, because it's part of Big Mom's orders, and also obviously because of some of those reasons, he does not want them seeing anything or being part of the family ever again, which kind of makes sense. So overall, when it comes to this episode, quality, we had the fight going on. So mainly there was only like 2 like important scenes that really went down when it comes to this. I thought they were supposed to end it on a certain scene though, because we're coming with the entire chapter. I thought we were supposed to end it on a certain scene that was supposed to happen. And that was supposed to be, right after that stuff, it was supposed to be like one more little thing, and then after that, the chapter based on it was supposed to end. But unfortunately, though, I don't think that was even possible. But who knows? Maybe the next episode, from the preview-wise, maybe they will show it. But who knows exactly how they're going to play that out, pretty much. But anyways, yeah. So that's pretty much what I'm going to say about this episode. Overall, when it comes to the animation, again, pretty solid. Again, it was a really quality episode. Really just loved the fight. Lots of extended fight scenes going down. And the Rayleigh flashback did add to a lot of stuff. So that was actually very well done. Overall, this was another quality episode. I actually really enjoyed it, especially from like last week's episode. This week's episode was just as good. So again, another quality 5 out of 5 episode. Really enjoyed the greatness of Katakuri and Luffy. Throughout the entirety of the episode, that was very awesome. And of course, we got a little bit of like Sanji and like the cake situation. And that was really important. So we gotta keep in mind how long that's gonna take as well. The timing and everything. And then Pound, of course, so we got that. So, yeah, overall, this was actually a 5 out of 5 episode. Really enjoyed this, especially because of the emotions they had, too, especially with the family ties with Pound and then, you know, with Oven, etc. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. So, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below of this week's episode of One Piece, episode 857. I'll see you guys next week for 858. And for the manga folks, I'll see you guys for the next, well, this coming week, Thursday or Friday, depending when it's even going to drop. So, Thursday or Friday, I will see you guys for the live react / review of the One Piece chapter. Until then, rate, comment, subscribe, click that bell, join the squad, boys. Follow my social media plugins, my gamer tags as well, and the Plus Ultra Discord as well. So, peace, soul, love, chicken grease, and the sky got in the roof. Is the limit. And manga fans, keep supporting, which we watch, and that's it. Catch you guys for the next one.